It is very early on a Thursday morning. It's before 5:30 a.m. and I am wandering the streets in Chelsea to show you the most beautiful thing that is happening here this week. No, it's not the Chelsea Flower Show, although that is rather spectacular. It's Chelsea in bloom. Look at that! So every year, in the streets around the historic Royal Horticultural Society Chelsea Flower Show, the streets become a riot of blooms to celebrate horticulture creativity. This year, the theme is out of this world, and my goodness, the streets of Chelsea have done us proud. So come with me on Thursday morning before the world wakes up, and let's have a look at what's going on in Chelsea. In bloom. Oh my God, this is going to be phenomenal. I've come this early because there will literally be thousands of people on these streets in about 2 hours' time. But now, really, you and I, we have Chelsea to ourselves. And what a delight. The Royal Horticultural Flower Show is the world's most prestigious and probably the world's most famous flower show. It started around the 1800s with the Victorians' obsession with flowers. Hello, good morning. Before it got its final resting place at the Royal Hospital, Chelsea, which is just down the road. And the Cadogan Estate, which owns a lot of Chelsea, decided in 1996 to start a festival in the streets around Chelsea to celebrate the Chelsea Flower Show. This is my local supermarket, Whole Foods. A carrot and a rocket entwined in one. And as it says, the best seat in the house. Fuel your senses, flavor that takes off. And really, I have to sit myself there. One of the things that I love about Chelsea in bloom is that it's completely democratic. So it's actually incredibly expensive to go to the Chelsea Flower Show. Tickets are over £100 this year. And although it is slightly cheaper if you are a member of the Royal Horticultural Society, it's still a lot to shell out for basically some beautiful show gardens, yes, and lots of shops. But this street festival of floristry is free, democratic, and open to all. And if you're not in London today, it's a real joy to be able to take you through the streets of Chelsea and show it to you. Wow, as we go down Royal Avenue, this epitomizes the theme this year, out of this world. Absolutely gorgeous exhibition here. Lots of alliums, some of my favourites. You'll recognise I have lots of those at the Little Castle in rural Wales. A place to sit and contemplate the world. And this is a comment on our fragile earth and filled with quotes by Sir David Attenborough. And there in the background, the busy King's Road. And down there, down Royal Avenue, that is the Chelsea Showground, where the Chelsea Flower Show is taking place. And I've said it before, one of the things I love about this area is what I call the wedding cake houses. Now, Chelsea, like lots of London, Notting Hill, Earl's Court, was developed by property speculators. And they each took plots of land and created what in these days, in the Victorian days, were new builds. Can you imagine these being new builds? And they tried to sell their wares. Sometimes they did really well. Sometimes, like Notting Hill and Earl's Court, they didn't do quite so well, and they became, for many years, not so salubrious, full of bedsits and small hotels. Chelsea had a reputation in the 60s for being a really bohemian place to live, and it still has that element of artistry today. However, it is incredibly expensive and incredibly prestigious to live here. But in the 60s, it certainly was a place that was a little bit racy. My mother said, though, the most racy place in London was Notting Hill, that you would walk through Chelsea and you would run through Notting Hill. Well, nowadays, you'd run to try and buy a flat there. Look at this, these gorgeous wedding cake houses. I've talked before about how I grew up in North London, which is full of red brick houses. And to me, going to school in West London and having friends who lived in houses like this, far smarter than the house I grew up in. They were so exotic, and they reminded me of a cake at a wedding. And although I don't live quite in this part of Chelsea, I always am completely overwhelmed and very grateful that I have a little flat just off the King's Road now. That 15-year-old boy who was obsessed with the wedding cake houses, I think he'd be very pleased. Anyway, enough about me. People are starting to arrive. The traffic is moving on. Let me take you down the King's Road and show you Sloane Square, because that and the Duke of York Square is where Chelsea in bloom is really happening today. Come on, let's get a leg on. We've got stuff to do. I've got to stop gossiping. Honestly, chitter-chatter, that's all I do. And a special Chelsea Flower Show lunch. This incredibly smart restaurant with tequila. And then another gorgeous floral display. I love this because it has all of these succulents and it's a gravel garden. So whilst the flower show itself has all these amazing show gardens, we have the greatest show on earth here on the King's Road. Now, I'm not a complete expert of history, but the King's Road is named because Charles I used to walk up and down this road. Probably looked very different in those days, and it was the King's Road. I love this. Even the banks, Lloyd's Bank with the black horse, they're getting in on it. I mean, of course, in Chelsea, when you go to see your bank manager, you need to be greeted by a gorgeous array of flowers. So we're now heading into Duke of York Square, which is the newest public square in London. It was over 100 years since the square was built, a public square was built like this one. This used to be an army barracks, and I remember actually there was a school up the road that used to use that as their playground. It's gorgeous piazza now, full of coffee shops, restaurants, and lovely shops. I think there's even a fabulous Soho home. I love it because this place goes wild for the Chelsea in Bloom Festival. Come along, let's have a look. I said that the theme this year is out of this world, and my goodness, it's definitely been summarized here in Duke of York Square. Look at that. Look at that. My God, are they delphiniums? I think they are. Absolutely, oh my goodness, as they say, out of this world. How phenomenal is that? Those old enough to remember MTV? Oh, getting some flashbacks there. This is quite gorgeous. And if you do get up to Chelsea, the Saatchi Gallery is in Duke of York Square, and although they have some paid exhibitions, it's completely free. So just outside Duke of York Square, there it is there. They've also got the most fabulous cafe and restaurant. I thoroughly recommend it for a cup of tea. And if you're looking for somewhere to use a loo in London, then it can't be beaten. Right, let's carry on. I'm going to take you down to Sloane Square. But the far end of York Square, I hear, is absolutely phenomenal. So come along, let's have a little walk and see what we can find. Love the fact that it's just you and me. Honestly, in a few hours, this will be absolutely teeming with people. Just the dog walkers. Look at this. Mother, beautiful clothing shop. Absolutely. Advertising their brand. And again, in that theme, out of this world, it looks like it's a comet. Quite stunning. Very, very exotic. Oh, I definitely feel little reflections here of my cottage garden at my little castle in rural Wales. Although this, I have to say, definitely beats mine, hands down. I'm not sure I've got the kryptonite in my garden, but you know, we can but try. Definitely feels like a festival here. I love bunting. I think there's something so peculiarly and excitingly British about bunting. And even on a grey morning like this, it hasn't been great weather this week, bunting, oh, it makes everything better. Don't you agree? I've just spotted these outside a very, very fancy jeweller's. And, oh, I think they are achingly cool. Not necessarily my thing, but certainly enough to stop me in my tracks. They're sort of amorphous blobs. Don't know what they are. Looks like there's some sweet corn there has made up this design. I love the variety. Over there, we've got a cottage garden. Here, I don't quite know, but it's definitely achingly cool and trendy. And I had to come here. This is Trendy, London. A beautiful, beautiful brand. All about beauty and skincare. A friend of mine looks after their social media, and they've done a gorgeous, gorgeous display out of this world again. Oh, look at these tarot cards. Aren't they phenomenal here? So as we move down into Sloane Square, nearer to the showground, you can see it really starts bursting into life. Hello. Look at this horse. Absolutely phenomenal. And so let's go across a rather quiet Sloane Square. Oh my goodness. And here, wow, it's like a safari. Enter here, okay, if you say so. My goodness, we are lucky because later on this will be absolutely filled. Oh, I know what it is. It's the zodiacs. Look at that. It's the zodiac signs. There's me, Leo, the rampant lion. Absolutely amazes. Pisces there, Taurus, Scorpio. Oh my goodness, how phenomenal. Gemini, absolutely incredible. I've just seen this exhibition over by Peter Jones, celebrating Flower Moon. Stunning. I love the backdrop there. You can see how this theme of out of this world has been brought to life here today in the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. And we're up way before everyone else and way before breakfast. So I'm going to leave King's Road and Sloane Square, walk past Tiffany, that branch. My husband and I got our engagement rings on, and we're going to walk onto Sloane Street, the last stop on our tour today. But my goodness, it was worth the wait. And this is where I think Chelsea in bloom absolutely becomes a riot. Cartier there, gorgeous peonies, hydrangeas. Are they crocosmia? I don't know what they are. If you know what they are, let me know, because I rather like them. And then Smythson's, the Royal Stationers, where I had my wedding invitations made. Look at this, another gorgeous cottage garden and a nod there to the out of this world theme. Oh, and in our little tour, an invitation to take a seat. Well, I hope you're enjoying your little walk around the streets of Chelsea with me. We've got a few more things to see, so I can't sit here all day. Let's get up. There's more flowers to inspect. I mean, if you need any more incentive to go diamond shopping, it's definitely an incentive to walk up that stoop to get yourself a fabulous new tiara. How do you fancy that on a Thursday morning? Well, thank you for coming on my little tour of Chelsea in bloom this morning. It's been wonderful to walk through really quite quiet, well, quiet of people, not quiet of traffic. London is definitely a 24/7 city now. I dressed for the occasion in my fabulous Chateau Orlando. Look at my lovely red London buses going behind me. It's been gorgeous to walk you through my London area and tell you a little bit around Chelsea in bloom and share my area with you. So thank you so much for joining me. If there's something you'd like me to take you to in the future, leave a comment below. If there's a particular display that you thought that one, oh, that really tickles my fancy, then let me know. But for now, I'm going to hot-foot it in the car, head down to Wales because we're having some final work done on my Airbnb, which is available from the 1st of July, link below. And I can't wait to take Chaucer back to Wales and have a lovely weekend there. But for now, from Sloane Square, this is Mok saying, whoever you are, wherever you live, and whoever you love, I wish you well and I wish you joy. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on the streets of Chelsea. Take care.